People who create tension are not you and me. As you rightly put it, the people who create tension are the politicians, not me, the politicians.
Not Philip, yes. The politician.
Okay? So the beauty is that this old man called Raila Amolo Odinga has run, this is I think the 5th time.
Yes.
Yeah, the fifth step.
Okay.
Right.
And he has always, when he has lost, he said, okay, I've lost fairly. Of course, when there have been other manipulations, he has come out open and said, okay, I've been manipulated, but this country is bigger than Raila. And he has accepted and he has moved on. Okay? And that has not changed his life. And I can assure you, the Raila I know, because I've sat with him very closely, he's a gentleman, he's a statesman. Raila goes beyond Kenya. He's a Pan-Africanist. If by some heavenly coincidence he lost this election, I can assure you he'll walk out gracefully and say, okay, I ran a good race, but I've lost. I would expect to get the same vibes from the other side, that I've been campaigning for the last 4 years. Yeah, it is painful. You know, it's very painful that, you know, that I may lose, and I've lost, and I accept. So I think preparation for me is more on the other side than on Raila's side. Because this guy, he's my friend. He has never run for any presidential election and lost. So this will be a shocker to him. In fact, probably the person who probably need a lot of counseling is William, more than Raila. Because Raila has gone, what has Raila not gone through?
I see.
He has gone through everything. So losing this, he has not lose, but losing this one will not change the Raila that I know. Okay, so we are safe in the hands of Raila Amolo Odinga.
Vincent.
Wow, you know, I wish I was prepared. You know, the challenge is when you are. Let me respond to the technical, because the political, I am yet to get into the political space. I agree. The truth of the matter is that Raila has demonstrated the same in terms of coming out clearly and accepting the results. In fact, both of them have actually come out clearly in this election that they will respect the will of the people, but appeal to the IEBC to carry out a free, fair, credible, and a verifiable election. So I personally wish them well. They are great Kenyans. If whatever results happens, there is no one who is a visitor in this country. We will be okay, whatever the results. For me, I'm speaking to the process, both the integrity of the process and also the will of the people are being respected. If that happens, that is what we should all welcome as a people.
The question about this election, I mean, as we get to the story from the papers now, the thing about what has characterized this election, Philip, has been perhaps two things. Well, we do know the fallout between the president and his deputy has played a big part. The handshake comes into effect. But also there's the question of the economy, which the Kenya Kwanza has projected coming out to this campaign. As Mio was just put together in December last year when it all came together, and sort of projecting this thing of one Kenya where, you know, we are peaceful and guarantor of peace, and that's something for everyone else. What do you think is the most important thing in this election?
I think, you know, much has been said about the economy, but the reality is that globally we are facing challenges. It's not only in Kenya. Even the other day I had President Biden talk about the challenges that America is facing. Despite the fact that he has created 8 million jobs, people are still complaining. The economy has grown, people are still complaining. So Kenya is not an exception. But if you look at the indicators, the performance indicators of our economy, Kenya has moved from position 12 in Africa to 6. We have moved from you know, GDP of 4.7 trillion to almost about what? We are now at about is it 11.7, going to 12 billion. Okay, so those are good signs that we are moving forward and not backward. If you are moving backward, I would have been a bit worried, but we're moving forward. And if you look at the infrastructure projects that Uhuru has rolled out, especially in the last 5 years, it is highly commendable. But let us get back to...
It's come with serious debt.
Let us now... Sorry?
It has come with debt.
You see, for you to progress, you must incur debt. There's nothing wrong. Singapore progressed because it borrowed and put money not into operations, but into infrastructure. So Uhuru has borrowed money, not for operation, but for infrastructure. That is okay. So I think you lost me. The question, one second. Your question was,
what is the thing about this election?
What are people looking?
Right.
What are people expecting from this election? From where I sit, integrity. Integrity. People are scrutinizing the candidates. If they have any shadow of a doubt about your level of integrity, you can be sure that you're losing votes, particularly the ones who are called undecided. Yeah? I have not mentioned names, but if they integrity. The other thing, we thought that a youth, that if you dress like a youth, you see, I'm also attempting to dress like a youth, not like Vincent in a suit and tie. We thought that by doing that, the youth will follow you. But what we have seen is a youth are saying, no, who can give us hope? Where is hope? Because we seem to be at the lowest in terms of integration as a community. So who among these 4 candidates can inspire hope? Because we're almost losing hope. The other thing, and which is very critical, and you cannot ignore, the issue of continuity. Who among these candidates will say, or who will not take what I call the zero approach mentality to management? That you want to start from zero. That you are saying that the others have done nothing, that I must start from, basically
Clean
from zero, coming to, yeah?
It's like
and the other candidates,
it's like we're coming to a
yes,
whole new Kenya.
Yeah, a whole new Kenya. Yet you forget that this country has some